This will make you fluent. This, plus a bunch of other things like repetition, perseverance, shadowing, getting feedback, finding ways to enjoy learning, etc., etc. But today we're going to talk about, comprehensible input. Big fan. I'm a really big fan. So this is probably going to be a pretty short video, but I just really wanted to show you all some comprehensible input resources that can boost your Japanese language learning. This isn't going to be a, wow, learn Japanese at light speed, or a, if you don't use these resources, you're dumber than a brain-dead chipmunk kind of video. It's more of just a, hey, here are some resources that can help you on your Japanese learning journey. The first resource is the channel or website just plainly called Comprehensible Japanese. Now, I like the type of content that they put out because it ranges from learning Japanese from video games, through cooking, or from having one-on-one conversations. It's also great and incredibly helpful that they've split their content up into different difficulty levels: complete beginner, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Now, there are no subtitles. It is purely just them teaching you Japanese through hand motions, referencing what's going on screen, or referencing related words and topics to help you create the connections yourself. And honestly, that's awesome. I actually mentioned in my most recent video that one of the problems that people have when they put on subtitles is that they focus too much on the subtitles and don't actually focus on the Japanese being spoken. The next resource is another YouTube channel called Nihongo Learning. The reason why I like this one is that it has more of a, hey, let's go outside and have a Japanese learning adventure kind of vibe. For example, in one of his more popular videos, he takes us through a park in Japan and shows us various different plants and objects while pointing to or mentioning them in various ways to better represent the Japanese that he is speaking. Beyond that, he also performs various actions related to the Japanese that he is speaking. For example, when he says benchi ni suwarimasu, he does exactly that. He sits on the bench, so you can understand that what he is currently doing is that. I will say though that I feel like some of the Japanese used was maybe a little beyond just beginner though, in spite of the video being aimed towards beginners. I think the difficulty of the grammar and sentences was definitely for beginners, but certain words felt like maybe they were just a little bit beyond beginner level. For example, he says, sakura ga mankai desu, and upon looking it up, it seems that mankai is actually a JLPT-N3 word, so one could argue that it might be a little bit more geared towards intermediate learners. I think overall it's probably okay and it's still like beginner level, but I just want you to know that going in. Either way, I think it's a great resource. Another great channel is called Daily Japanese with Naoko. Now, I really like this one because it puts the names of things on the screen that are being talked about as well as some pictures that better represent them. It also has Japanese subtitles on the bottom so you can follow along with what she's saying. And I think these Japanese subtitles are super helpful and a great way to be able to learn new kanji and vocabulary. For example, in this video, Naoko is on a trip to a small island in Okinawa. She talks to us and tells us about the stuff that's on the screen and the surrounding scenery, as well as about the tickets, discounts, and many other things along the way. I think personally of the resources of the channels that I'm talking about in this video, this one is my favorite, not because the other ones are lacking in quality or anything like that, because that is definitely not the case. I just happen to like this one, and you might like a different one, and that is perfectly okay, because it is not about everybody using the same resources. Part of it is just finding something that you can enjoy as well as easily digest. The last one I'm going to talk about is just slightly different than the previous three. It's a channel called Speak Japanese Naturally. In a recent video, she goes to a Japanese supermarket and, while shopping, she talks a little bit about Christmas in Japan. I think this channel is a little bit different than the previous three because it seems to focus less on teaching each individual word and focuses more on just explaining what is going on or what she is currently doing. So I definitely think that this one is more geared towards intermediate learners because I think you need at least a basic understanding of some words and grammar to be able to potentially intuit the words that you don't understand. That being said, her Japanese is very clear and very easy to understand, and the stuff that she talks about might be of interest to you, and it's worth taking a look. All of these channels that I've talked about in this video are super great for improving your vocabulary and listening while including you in things that are related to Japan, which I think is great for people who are interested in Japan. By all means, check these resources out and try them for a bit and come back and let me know what you think and if it helped you. I really hope that these will help you on your Japanese learning journey, and as I mentioned in my previous video, I really hope that you can find something in one of these that makes Japanese learning more enjoyable for you. Hey, so we are at the end of the video, and you know what that means. It means thank you. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. And I hate to ask this, it is so tacky, it is so cringe, but you know, YouTube algorithm shenanigans. So if you guys are feeling extra generous today and you liked the video, you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and comment down below for that algorithm boost. You know how it is. Either way, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck with your Japanese language journey.